saddling with a Decker saddle. Okay. Anyway, let's get to it. We've got the saddle on there. We've got it adjusted back from the point of his shoulders so that our bar is not in the way, like I pointed out in the earlier video. We drug our britchin down over the back this way, and a couple key things. And I keep saying this, but I have seen everything. Every year I say that, and then I go, I haven't seen that. So, but I have seen people that have been saddling their own horses for years and years do some things that are amazing. They're just amazing. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Let you use your imagination. But the thing of it is that we're gonna, as soon as we get that saddle up there, we get it in the right position. We're gonna tie it off with the girth strap, okay, or the girth, and then we're gonna put the britchin on. And then the last thing we do, and a lot of times I'll leave that till way later, but we're going to put our breast collar on. And then when we take it off, we're going to do it in opposite. When we take the saddle off, we unbuckle the breast collar, and then we take the britchin off, and then we take the girth off. So we don't have a horse go buck into and take off and pull back and everything else. He's got half his rigging hanging on him and it's dragging behind him and everything else. That's how we get in some jackpots. Okay, so we've got the saddle on there. It's adjusted. We're going to reach under here. Don't spend a lot of time there. I'm always here where I can push away too. So, and I like to be up around the shoulders to see if I can do this so you can see it. But I'm going to run my latigo through my big ring. Okay, I'm going to come through there a couple times. I'm going to keep it back. You know, this should be 5 or 6 inches depending on how much of an underbelly you got. It should be leaning forward a little bit. That's okay. I just don't want it up in the armpit. That would put this whole saddle up too far. Okay, while it's still loose, I'm going to bring this through here and back around and up through here. Okay, the next one is, and I know maybe a few of you know, or a lot of you know, a quick release for your latigo, but this is the one if you don't have one to go to. And I've tried most of them. Again, I've seen most of everything, but I'm going to actually, and this is one that I've found out not many people know, okay, is that just a loop there, and then I run that through there. And what I want to do is, if I've got a pack sitting over here, I want to be able to reach under there real quick and get that thing off of there if I have to, if I get in a real jackpot, as I've been saying. Okay, so I'm going to retie that, and I'm going to cinch it up. Just the first time, I'm just going to tighten it up so that this saddle doesn't move. It's nice and solid. And then before I load my gear, always tighten your cinches. Okay, so like that. And then I'm going to hang this out the back, and I'll do that on the other side with the billet. Okay, so that's how we do that. We've got our britchin. Maybe I can pull this over here a little bit so you can see it a little better. Okay. All right, we got that like that. And while I do this, I'm going to adjust these quarter straps a little bit. And here's one thing that it concerns me to a certain extent. But when I see, people that don't do this for a living, I see it a lot, is that you'll have the britchin, the main part of the britchin be just like a dress, just swinging in the wind, like that. So, but that thing is made so that the saddle doesn't go forward. It is not going to do anything if it's swinging in the wind. So that's not how you want that. You want to have this so you can just slip your hand in there. Okay, a couple other things. So we have some adjustment straps here. That's pretty good there. There's this quarter strap. What I want this to be is actually turned up a little bit from there, so that it naturally just uses the whole surface of that on the inside of the britchin. okay? And that way I'm always thinking about potential rubs. So how that thing hangs makes a difference. If it's just going to wear on the bottom end and rub, it's going to wear a hole in that animal. It's going to take all the hair off for sure. Okay, so you want to kind of a turn. You want to pull these up a little bit in order to get that nice turn. And every animal is a little bit different how they turn off their quarter there. So it'll have to be adjusted a little bit differently there. See? Okay, so I've already got that adjusted. The pad of my britchin is a little back from, that's about 3 or 4 inches, maybe 3 inches from my hip bone. It's sitting up there nice and comfortable for that animal. I've got everything on here. I'm going to put my breast collar on. And again, this is, I showed it to you earlier. Let me move this around a little bit so you can see. Going to bring it around here. And I've seen a lot of people do this a little bit different way too. It's just all about adjustment. That might have to, want to make sure that throat latch, I don't cut his air off. Might have to adjust it from both sides. It should be right in the middle. And then I need to attach this to the D on the middle of the saddle under here. And you notice, that's to keep the saddle from coming back. And this is, in the yoke style really works really well. You can use the straight breast collar, but it works real well, but this works better. That's what I've found, is that they can pull with that yoke style better, and it's attached here, and it's attached at each one of these points. So instead of just two points. So that's how you want your pack saddle adjusted. Hopefully that helped. We'll see you in the next video.